Today we are making aubergine salad the Romanian way. Now bear in mind that Romania is a big country. I'm from northern Romania and this is the way we do aubergine salad. Obviously there are different variations depending on where you are located. Even in northern Romania there will be different variations. Not even talking that if you go in south they might do it totally different. Now without further ado, let's get into it. I've got here 5 fresh aubergines, 1 small white onion, 2 cloves of garlic, and when we're gonna make the homemade mayonnaise, I've got 2 eggs, which we're only gonna use the egg yolks. I've got some mustard, just regular mustard will do the job, and also some veg oil, neutral flavor oil, something like canola oil, sunflower oil, something along these lines. Will do a perfect job. Don't try to use extra virgin olive oil because although it's healthy, it kind of changes the flavor of the entire dish and you don't want that. And also, without even saying it, but we're saying it anyway, salt and pepper. Now I know there are a few options on how to roast the aubergines because that's the whole idea, that's what we need to do. If you are lazy, and not just lazy, maybe you don't have the facilities, maybe you don't have a garden, you don't have the option of lighting a barbecue and getting them on the barbecue, then what you can do, getting them into a tray, heat up your oven at 200 degrees Celsius and give them about 30 minutes. And that should kind of do the job, but bear in mind that the flavor is not gonna be quite there. Now the second option, if you have, let's say, a griddle pan, a cast iron pan, you could roast them on the pan, and that's probably slightly better than the one in the oven, actually probably much better than that. But the best option, in my opinion, is to put them on the barbecue, and that's what we're gonna do. Now let's do it. Now I guess it's obvious that doing it on the barbecue you're gonna get better results, especially on the charcoal barbecue, not on the gas one, because you're gonna get so much better flavor from that charcoal. This might take 10, 15, 20 minutes, it all depends how strong your barbecue is. Bear in mind that we're only gonna be using the inside of the aubergine, so don't worry about the outside. Make sure you cook it properly to the point that it gets properly charred. Now we are back in the kitchen and I've got here our char grill aubergines. In my opinion, the faster you get in to peel the skin off, because you need to remove it, all the char skin that is outside of the aubergine, the dark one, the easier it gets. Now, these are still hot, but that's why I've got here a bowl with cold water and you can dip your fingers in between peeling the aubergines. You can also use a spoon and scoop all the inside of the aubergine straight into this colander. Now the liquid that comes off the aubergine is kind of bitter. That's the reason why we want to leave this into the colander to drain slowly for about half an hour. In order to make it Romanian style all the way, the aubergine salad has inside homemade mayonnaise instead of shop bought. And don't panic because it's so easy to make, you've probably seen it in my previous videos. So for the amount of mayonnaise we need for this recipe, all you need is 2 egg yolks, 1 teaspoon of regular mustard. You could add a splash of white wine vinegar if you want to, but the mustard itself has enough acid, so we're good with that. And also about 200 milliliters of veg oil, which you're gonna be adding in gradually. You wanna chop the garlic and the onion very small. I'm not gonna bother getting a blender out and so on, so I can do this by hand, but just make sure you go very fine. We're moving the onion and the garlic into a bigger bowl where we're gonna mix all the rest of the ingredients. Okay, the aubergine seems to be fine. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna start chopping it. You go once like this, and then you come across. It's almost like cutting it into cubes. The reason why I'm saying to do it this way instead of doing it in the blender is because like this you still have some sort of texture, you still feel some sort of aubergine in there. Otherwise when it turns into a puree, don't get me wrong, the taste might be still there, but it's important how it feels as a consistency. From that point of view, I think you're gonna get a lot better results if you do it this way. Now we're going in with the seasoning. About half teaspoon of salt and about a quarter of teaspoon of freshly grounded black pepper. And also we're gonna get in the homemade mayonnaise. Now mix everything together until well combined and you can serve it immediately with fresh bread or toasted bread. It's totally up to you, whichever you like. And my friends, I really hope that you enjoyed this Romanian style aubergine salad. And I will see you in the next one with more simple recipes like this. Make sure you give me a like on the way out and subscribe to the channel.